Hello and welcome to another episode of the A Capeggios podcast. I'm your host Garret, and today we have Nico, Maya, and special guest Keegan.
Hey.
Hello.
So
Yes.
let me just say right off the bat, we know everyone who's here. Everyone on this episode has been previously on an episode of the A Capeggios podcast. But this episode 8 was supposed to be an episode with the original A Capeggios, me, Nico, Maya, Jane, and Alex. Alex, unfortunately, is on a vacation, so she cannot make it. And then I wanted it to be just me, Nico, Maya, and Jane. But then Maya and Jane didn't show up to the specified time. So
Whoopsie.
so then so then Keegan joined, and then Maya
Yeah.
joined and said she's on a hike. So Maya's actually on a hike right now,
Boom.
correct?
I am.
So
Yes,
if
correct.
you hear deep breathing or asthma attack or
Asthma attack. I'm actually
or
on like the steepest part of the whole thing right now, so
then
Yes.
that's why, because she is walking through the woods. I'd like you to mute yourself if you know that there's going to be noise. Okay, but we do have a fun packed episode for everyone today. I'm very excited. We got a new segment coming up. We got some cool anecdotes. Let's get started. So I want to make an announcement real quick. Saturday, March 7th is going to be the episode 10 A Capeggios podcast live stream. So we're going to have, I can't decide if I want all of the original A Capeggios or everyone who's ever been a special guest on the A Capeggios, but we're going to have maybe a 1 to 1.5 hour live stream. We'll aim for 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to play some games, play some trivia, win prizes. I don't know.
woo!
It's going to be a fun day.
Yay! I love prizes.
So that's good news. Bad news is that I on episode 7 I announced that we're going to be recording a let's play, specifically Minecraft let's play, and we started recording, or we didn't start. I was testing recording how how laggy would the Minecraft game be if we recorded it, and it was fine while I was playing it. Like when I was recording while playing, it was fine. The FPS was at a moderate amount. But then when I went back and watched the playback, the FPS was near zero. And I have no idea why. Like when I played it, it was fine, but then when I watched the playback, it was laggy. So we canceled the Let's Play before it even aired. So sorry about that. So that's some bad news, but good news again. I have a new video coming up on my channel very soon. That's not Acapedia's podcast. It's a new transcription. It's going to be a Stardew Valley transcription. I've done several Stardew Valley transcriptions in the past. And this one is a song from the titled "The Wind Can Be Still." I want to give you guys a sneak peek of this, but I want to keep it a secret. Oh, technical difficulties.
We're gonna talk about how wood is able to pierce human skin.
No.
So
No.
How about
most wood
maybe
must be
not?
sharpened, and well, if it's very
No.
dull.
All right.
But
Anyway,
it would
This is
take
not on the
several
list.
tries and be more of a blunt force object.
Alright, Keegan's
Now,
gonna be
if you
kicked out of the
wish
podcast.
to continue, okay.
now again, be sure to tune in for upcoming transcription of "The Wind Can Be Still" on Stardew Valley. All right, let's move on. I have a little story for you guys. Nico sent me a slideshow. He takes culinary at
Me too.
at the high school.
But I know you don't.
Do you?
No, I don't take culinary. Nico sent me the slideshow.
Oh.
So Nico sent apparently me and Maya a slideshow of a bunch of recipes.
I really wanted to make chocolate chip cookies, but we didn't have any chocolate chips.
Same.
No, then that's a big problem.
Exact same. He sent me the slideshow and I was like, I want to make something. And I was like, all right, the easiest thing on here, chocolate chip cookies. And then of course we don't have chocolate chips. So that's great. So I made snickerdoodles yesterday and those came out really good. But the recipe that that Nico gave me, it was very unclear. It was very vague.
Well, the recipe, in my defense, the recipe was for me, and I didn't plan on sending it to anyone, so.
Well, you did, so.
Well, in one of the recipes, it says add something, but the D's are replaced by S's. So that was fun. That was a little typo.
Oh yeah, I saw that
I
too.
saw it and I was like, oh.
A
okay.
double S. So,
yeah.
Isn't it a shame that we can't even say that?
Yeah.
We're gonna
What?
get demonetized.
Because Garrett's grandma is.
Say what? Ass?
Nothing. Oh my.
Garrett, does your grandma
Garrett's
still
grandma.
watch the A Capeggios?
Oh.
I heard children
God.
laughing from Maya's end. She's again on a hike and she's in public, which I
It's not
didn't.
even children.
I originally didn't want her to be a part of this if she's gonna be out and about.
I'm so dedicated to the A Capeggios, but that I would throw away my time in the nature, and I'm at a beautiful view right now. And instead of looking at it, I'm answering dumb questions on the A Capeggios podcast. So you better appreciate my presence right now.
I didn't hear anything you just said. Anyways,
I heard everything.
Oh my god.
I'll listen to it on the playback or not. I don't know.
All right, please do. I love the A Capeggios so much.
Next, so again, I was making snickerdoodles yesterday, and the recipe was very vague. It didn't say to preheat your oven, like as the first direction, which is most.
Well, actually, any smart brain person would preheat the oven, but you know.
I know,
Everything I tried,
but I forgot, and if the directions said to do that, I would have done that. But it didn't, so I forgot to do it.
Everything I tried to make, I couldn't. Like, I tried to make chocolate chip cookies, and I was like, wait, I don't have chocolate chips. So I couldn't do the other, like, the double chocolate cookies either. And then I was like, all right, we'll make some apple fritters. We don't have a fryer. And then I was like, apple strudel.
Strudel?
But then, yeah, apple strudel. But the puff pastry that we had to thaw for 6 to 8 hours. And I was like, all right, never mind. I'm done.
What about snickerdoodles or?
Because I don't really like snickerdoodles.
I didn't like snickerdoodles.
You didn't have to eat them.
Well, if you cook it, if I baked it, I would want to eat it.
Well, you could have been nice and shared it.
Well, no, I wouldn't eat it all.
You should have made peanut butter cookies.
Make some for me and bring them on Monday.
I will. By the way, she's allergic to peanut butter. I think we kind of gathered that. All right. Yeah. So Nico, your recipe was very vague. You know.
Okay.
It didn't say when to break up the big hunk of dough that I got. I didn't know when to make it into the individual cookies. I didn't know when to put. It didn't say to put like baking spray.
Again, this is not like being posted on a website or anything.
Let me finish.
So you can't blame me for something you wanted.
You didn't say. You didn't put. The measurements were incorrect. I couldn't. There's too much powder. I had to add more liquid. I'm just joking. Well, I'm not joking, but this is what really happened. But I know you don't really have control over it. As long as your teacher sees that you have the recipe, then that's fine. But the recipe apparently doesn't have to be perfect.
Well, that's what the recipe he gave us. So.
All right. Anyways, I want to move on. Maya and Jane recently went to Florida
Woo!
over
Yay!
winter break. Why don't you talk about that for a little bit?
All right. Well, it was really fun, and I loved being out of the cold weather. It was warm, obviously, because it's Florida. So, at first I was a little tentative because I was like, I don't want to go to Florida because all I'm gonna want to do is go to Disney World, and it was kind of weird going to Florida but not going to Disney. But
So
I'm
would you just,
glad.
go to
Spoiled
Miami?
brat.
I'm not. I'm not
Christ.
spoiled. So I'd like to move on to the story before I cry right now. So we went to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Florida
No.
Keys.
Talk about Fort Lauderdale.
That's not what?
Why not?
My
What?
grandfather lived there.
Fort in the
Well,
fort. That's pretty
I
cool.
thought someone said let's
No,
not
not
talk
an
about
actual
it.
Fort. Keegan, settle down.
All right. So the main part of the trip was to do a college tour because originally we were going to I think South Carolina, but it conflicted with a jazz trip. We went somewhere else instead, which was Miami. So we visited the University of Miami, which was
Why would you
beautiful.
think to go there?
Go where? South
University.
Carolina?
No, well, anywhere in the South. You really want to go there for college?
What's wrong with that?
There's no problem with it. Am I
It's
restricted?
not a great place to live.
Why? Like literally why?
You'll find out later when
Hurricanes.
we have our next we have a new segment coming up later this episode. It's
You said the C word.
it's called Florida Man, and we'll explain what that means. But anyway, continue.
There's a dog. There's a dog, and
No,
it's not
Hi,
my dog.
doggy.
can you move on? See, this is
Okay,
exactly
alright.
what I wanted to avoid.
I'm sorry. Alright, so
There's a
basically,
dog.
it has a stick.
I don't care.
I'm scared right now.
You guys are so mean to each other.
Why are you scared?
Go away. Go away. It's leaving.
Are you
It's
telling the
leaving.
dog to go away?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
tell
not
her.
It's
very
not my
nice.
dog. I don't want it.
He
All right.
wants
Is
you.
it just a stray dog?
It's
No,
someone else's dog.
It's someone else's dog. All right. Anyways, moving on. So that was fun. So actually, the best part of the trip, which is that's sarcasm, but the worst part of the trip was the fact that we got a rental car that was in the back seat. It was 3 seats all next to each other. Like there weren't multiple rows, so all of us had to sit next to each
Well,
other.
that's
And my brother.
what most cars are.
Yeah. Well, it just wasn't like a minivan or anything.
Well, not
That's
everything
what
is a
I'm trying to say.
minivan.
Okay, can you stop?
Guys,
I'm
No.
just
I'm
trying to
not getting a new
describe
car.
the car. I am just trying to describe the car. Is there anything wrong with that? No. So, here's the thing. So, we were all sitting next to each other, and it's hot, and it's long ride in the Florida Keys because it's like an hour, over an hour to get there, just to get to the Keys, and then like you have to drive to the southernmost point. So, it's like a lot of time in the car with
Is the
like
dog still there?
yes.
I think I hear
It ran by and it just left.
it.
So, anyways, oh, it might be coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
What type of dog is it?
It's a black dog. It's pretty
That's
big.
Labrador?
very racist. Wow.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not really.
Uh-oh.
Anyways,
It's African American.
so
Demonetized.
all right. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
coming back with a different stick.
Just please.
What do you want, dog? What do you want from me?
He's actually crying right now in real life.
Anyways, back to the story. My brother complained the whole time because he didn't like sitting next to people in the hot car. So he had like a near mental breakdown. He was like crying in the car.
Oh.
And it was night. I was trying to take a nap on the way back. It was like almost 10, and we're all tired. We've been doing stuff all day. We just want to go to bed, but we're in the car. So I was just trying to take a nap in the car. But I couldn't because my brother was complaining, which normally he sits in the middle because, just makes sense. Yeah.
Did your mom complain about all the tolls?
No, she didn't.
Well,
that's the fun part of it.
Why? When we went to Florida, when we would drive on the highway, it would be toll after toll, and
The damn government putting tolls up in my roads,
your roads.
ruining
All right, continue,
my
Maya.
state.
Or don't. Just wrap it up real quick. No? Alright, we're gonna move on. So, I have 3 questions. Usually the format of the A Capeggios podcast is these questions, but I have 3 questions that, you don't typically answer in one sentence. I want to get started with the first one. What is the best vacation you've ever been on? So, I'm gonna have to say mine is the Disney field trip we went to 2 months
Was
ago.
it when you went to Europe with your grandma or your aunt?
I forgot about that. That's up there.
So you would say Disney is greater than...
I'm thinking which one's better. I went to Europe 6 years ago. 6 years ago at this point, yeah. 2014. I went to Europe, Iceland, England, France, and Belgium. That was a fun trip.
I don't know how you forgot about it, and I remember.
Isn't that the one where your aunt thought there was a terrorist on the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You told that story on this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wrote about it for an English
it all
assignment.
connects. The A Capeggios always connects.
I should tell that story sometime. No, that's tough. Europe or Disney?
Well, you know what my answer is?
Well, you didn't go to Europe, so.
You're
I
just
know.
every single.
Well, I mean, if my aunt were hearing this and she would hear that I said Disney, she would be devastated because she'd spent a lot of money on it. Well, which one did I actually have more fun on? In the time, like, I'd probably say Europe. Actually, yeah, I would say Europe is more nostalgic and it was more fun. Yeah, I mean, Disney is number 2 then. Europe is number 1, Disney is number 2. Yeah, I mean, we went to Iceland and there we went in this. I think it's like the Blue Lagoon. It's like a man-made, huge hot tub, pretty much. It's like outside and the water is really warm, and it's huge, and that's what Iceland is most Blue Lagoon. It's what Iceland is most famous for. In London, we went on the London Eye, the big Ferris wheel. We went to Legoland.
USA.
No. In France, I went on the Eiffel Tower. We visited Normandy, where D-Day happened.
The beach.
Yeah, beaches. I think we went to Point du Hoc, which is, I don't know what that is, but, well, Keegan would know. He's a war expert, right? Where's Point du Hoc?
Somewhere in France.
Well, yeah. Belgium was nice, and we went back home. What is everyone else's favorite vacations? Best vacations?
Disney. Every Disney trip I've ever been on.
Mine was when I went to France. That was pretty cool.
Why does everyone get to go out of the country but me?
Okay, well, you get to go to Disney, so. Keegan, how long ago did you go to France?
Last April, no, two April vacations ago.
So 2 years ago?
Yes.
There we go.
Nice. Nico, what about you?
I've been on a lot. Like, I've been to Disney. I haven't been to Europe yet, but we're going there this year. But
Can I
right
come?
now, I would probably say that my favorite vacation was when me and all my friends went to Canada. Oh, that was a lot of fun this year.
That's pretty epic.
Well, I am going to Israel.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god, that place. Oh my god.
Don't get involved in any riot.
Yes. Good. Israel.
Don't get
Good.
shot or bombed.
I don't really
Get-
think that's
Can
how
you
it
tell me?
works, but
What, you just don't get shot ever?
I think that even if there's conflict going on in the country, it doesn't mean that it's just like you walk in and suddenly like
Yeah.
everywhere around you is being
Walk
bombed.
in the city and there's just gunshots. Well, it's gotta be
No.
a safe place. Is it like a pilgrimage? Or are you taking a pilgrimage to Israel?
Well, it's affiliated with my summer camp, so it's me. My family isn't going. It's me, my sister, and like other kids my age, like a bunch of them, like 3 buses worth of kids, just going around
How
Israel.
much do you have to pay to go?
I had no idea how much the cost is. It's for like 5 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, she's gonna miss Nico's lemonade stand.
No, I'm
So,
not. I'm not gonna miss
you don't
Nico's
get to get
lemonade
a
stand.
job.
I'm
don't have
getting
to-
a job.
You are?
Yeah, I just
When?
applied to. I just applied today.
To where?
Really?
ShopRite.
Maya! I'm so excited for you.
As a cashier?
Yes, of course. What am I gonna be, a deli member when I'm only
What?
16?
Busboy.
ShopRite be like, bro.
I'm gonna go to ShopRite and like buy
We should terrorize Maya.
condoms in front of you.
I don't think that's what you. I don't think that's gonna be in ShopRite.
Yeah, well, I'll go buy
Grocery
it.
store?
I'll go buy it in a different store and then I'll pretend to cash it out there.
Well, all right.
When would you work, on the weekends or weeknights?
Just
Paul.
I don't even know.
No, I don't know. We should probably figure that out
Well,
during the
they're
summer.
gonna. during
Garrett,
the
she
summer.
just applied. How do you
Yeah.
think she's
Yeah.
gonna work?
All right, let's move on.
Oh, then you get proved wrong.
Huh?
The Akko Taco moment.
That Uncle Taco moment when you fail your permit test.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that, but
Small little
I
Good
guess
time.
You
Maya
still
failed
can't.
her permit test because she's stupid.
No, she's not stupid.
Well, I took it a month ago and I made it.
But she got all the hard questions.
Barely.
No,
I got
that's not.
I got 6 wrong and you got 5 wrong. So you.
But that's still fine. I passed. You failed. It doesn't matter how much
How
you
many
got.
questions are on the quiz?
There's 25. You have to get 5. You have to get 20 correct to pass.
Oh.
And the questions are not easy. Well, most of them are common sense, but there's a couple ones that are just like impossible. And no matter, I mean, if you read the 60-page textbook that you're supposed to read, then you might get a 25 out of 25. But that's not what people do. I found a good website. That has practice questions, and it's really helpful. It's like the same type of questions that would be on the actual test. So yeah. Anyways, let's. Anyone else have to say anything about their favorite vacations?
No. Oh, wait, yes.
What?
we went to the War Museum, the one in France, because that's like where we were.
You're very
And
quiet.
we went to the War Museum in France, and
Just
we
the
spent,
War Museum?
yeah, it was the War Museum. That's what it was called. And we went there for 3 days, and we didn't even get to see all of it. So it was really big.
Wow. Was it in Paris?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's really weird and cool.
I bet you like that.
I did indeed.
I went to a war museum, a World War II war museum in Normandy, and it was fun.
Mhm.
It was different. Everything's different on the other side of the world, but people stare at you more in France, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I got stared at a lot for some reason. Like, am I nothing you've seen before? A 10-year-old boy, white boy? Anyways, let's move on to the next question. Maya is muted. What is your first memory of life? Now, maybe you haven't thought about this before. I really haven't because I can't really remember. But what do you guys?
I have to go, guys.
Really?
Bye,
All right, have fun.
You have to go
Bye.
back home, ride back home. Oh, okay. Bye. So, what are your guys' first memories you've ever had?
I have
Anyone?
no idea.
You can't.
Being scared of this big Mickey Mouse stuffed with a big Mickey Mouse, like stuffed animal, and I thought it was like getting up and walking around my room, and so I ran to my parents' room.
You thought it was, or you had a dream it was, or you had a
I'm not
hallucination?
really sure.
Because it obviously just didn't.
I'm not. It's scary.
Nope.
I wish.
I get this
I don't
question.
wish.
I was listening to a podcast called Ear Biscuits, hosted by Rhett and Link, and they were talking about their first memories, and it was making me think to myself, what was my first memory? And I still really haven't remembered what exactly was my first memory. Typically, it happens around, or you remember around age 3 what your first memory was. Age 3, 4, around there. But I can't. I remember. I kind of remember having dreams. Like, I remember dreams of what I had when I was that young. But that's not really memory. That's just a dream. Nico, do you know?
No, I do not. I have no idea. Memory
Not
would
even.
even.
Like, what about living in your Waterbury house?
Water brick
Waterbury.
house? What?
Waterbury? Waterbury?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Cheshire? That was Cheshire. Yeah, I remember Cheshire. Well, probably my first memory would be like my first house and just doing flip on like my bar that my parents set up for me.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. That's all I have to say about
Well,
that.
you have so many memories, you know, as a child, and maybe what you think is one memory that you thought was your first, you like, because it's hard to tell the chronological order of
Yeah.
your life that young. Like, Nico, you might say that your first memory was that, but maybe you remember something that happened earlier than that, but you don't remember exactly that it happened before. I don't even know what uh my first memory would be. If it had to be anything, it would be like later in life, like age 5 or 6 even. Um, I I really wish I could remember. Um, I'll think about it throughout the episode. But let's move on to the next question. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say because I have an answer for this next question. What's the most beautiful sound you've ever heard?
Oh,
Stuka airplane dive bomb. It goes like,
okay.
it's really loud and it keeps going. I think that's it.
Is
That's
that
my
your
answer.
is that your favorite sound or most beautiful sound?
Oh, we're talking about most
Because
beautiful
the
sound.
average
Okay.
person wouldn't think that's a beautiful sound.
Well, I'm not the average person, okay?
No one is. We discussed that last episode.
Oh, I wasn't there, so.
You
I
should
don't
have
think you
listened to it.
I should have. Did I? I don't know which one I'm on.
This is episode 8.
Oh, I think.
Alright, so what do you think is the most beautiful sound?
Okay, that's a hard one.
Nico?
That's just she said.
Nope, you can't say that.
That's fun.
Honestly, I don't know what the most beautiful sound would be. Because I guess that's kind of relative to. No, I
This
better
one's
not.
personal
Well, yeah,
preferences.
it is personal. What is, in your opinion, what is the most beautiful sound? I'll answer. So the most beautiful sound that I've ever heard, you don't hear it every day. Well, so let me just say that I
Frozen
recently,
2?
huh?
Is it Frozen 2? Is that the most
No.
beautiful sound?
Oh, the 7 chord at the end of Into the Unknown. No, it's
Oh, okay, Garrett. Way to
Wait,
flex on all of us.
a what?
I said way to flex on all of us. Your music theory knowledge.
Your your audio is so crappy. The quality of your audio, Nico.
I'm sorry.
Can you fix it? Can you put your mic closer?
Sure.
All right. Anyways, um, so this happened a month ago. I was in the Connecticut Regional Orchestra, and we play this one piece by Dvorak. It's called Slavonic Dances, Movement 7. We played that song. It sounds like this. I'll play it on the recorder. I don't know if anyone is that in anyone's classical music repertoire in this call.
Maybe if I heard the real thing.
Yeah, maybe if I heard not a
I did it.
album
I did
or a
it then.
knockoff.
So
Well, I'm very familiar with classical music. It's just I don't think I'm very familiar with that.
do you know who Dvorak is?
Some guy.
Yeah. Some
Okay.
guy.
He wrote
Am I
the New
wrong?
World Symphony.
Am
You're
I wrong?
correct. You're correct, but can you name anything else? Alright, don't even answer that. Let's move on. So there's this one in the middle of that movement, there's it's like a calm, almost like minor, like the whole movement is pretty much very energetic. It's very bouncy. It's lively, but then there's this one part where it's kind of calmer and almost like mysterious. And then all of a sudden, the French horn section plays this magnificent chord. Um, and I heard the French horns play this chord when I was in the orchestra, and they were sitting right next to the trumpets. So I got the best kind of like um, I got the best view, quote unquote, the best sound of this chord, and it was so beautiful. It was it was just a beautiful chord. I would listen to the whole movement, um, um, but yeah, the French horns in that orchestra were really good, and they played that chord perfectly. It was during rehearsal, not during the actual performance. But anyways, Nico or Keegan, didn't you say you had to think about it? Did you have a
Yeah.
do you have an answer now?
There's a few. I think There's a certain note on the fife that I like a lot.
The fife?
The fife. And it's like low and like rattly kind of sounding. But it sounds like really good if it's like paired with another fife, like another note higher. It's hard to explain. I don't know what it is.
Harmony? Talk about harmony?
I guess.
Well, just so everyone knows, Keegan is in band, but he plays percussion, so he doesn't know a lot about music theory. Correct?
I can play the tin whistle.
Oh yeah, that's true. Can you play a little ditty for us?
A little ditty? What's a ditty?
Just play one of your sea shanties.
You know what? I'll do that.
Thank you. Keegan's going to perform a little ditty, a little tune, a little song, a little excerpt, a little melody
Performance.
on his fife. Do you play a fife or Irish tin whistle?
No, I'm not boba. Only tin whistle.
All right, go ahead and perform something for us.
Hang on, I'm gonna kill some Scottish people real quick. Oh, sorry about that, Nico. They don't like violence. Okay. No, I just want to play.
The whole world is listening.
I don't know what's going to play.
2 people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well.
That's not good. It was tension. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes, Keegan.
All right.
That's what I call professional.
So wait, what did Nico say for his most beautiful sound, in his opinion?
Nico doesn't know his most beautiful sound.
In his opinion.
What about like a in-tune piano?
Sure.
Or the voice of Mr. Smith on the announcements.
I thought that was Travis. Was the announcements.
Well, remember last year, Mr. Smith, one of the substitute teachers, I think he did Black History Month. His voice is magnificent. It's like
I don't remember that.
It's like James. What is the guy's name? Something Earl Jones. The guy who does. He's in Lion King.
I've never seen Lion King.
Me neither. Earl. You have?
Yeah. Sadly.
Well, when people who have seen Lion King, not you, Keegan, but there's a lot of people.
Yeah, they're like, you've never seen The Lion King?
Yeah. How come you've never seen it? Like, I just haven't seen it because it was released in 1990.
I have no desire to watch The Lion King.
Or what about the new one? James Earl Jones is his name. James Earl Jones in his unmistakable voice. What about what's his name? Something Morgan?
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
What a stud.
Yeah. He has a nice voice.
He has a good voice too. Everyone
a guy like
knows his
Neil
voice.
Armstrong.
He's like wow.
That's you said I said not guy Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong,
Yeah.
His voice?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to our next our new segment. I have a new segment, and I wanted to originally make a segment just of saying weird news, weird news headlines. But then Nico gave me the idea accidentally of having a series just called Florida Man, which means I'm gonna say a headline starting with Florida Man, and then we will talk about it.
Garrett, I think this is last minute, but I think you should have a game out of this. I think it should be the Florida Man game where you have to say a random thing, and then you have to say a real thing, and you have to define or find out which one's real and which one's fake.
Oh, that would be more fun.
A
But
little bit.
I don't want to prepare that right now. I'll prepare that for next episode.
Well, you could just
Okay.
make it up on the spot. That's the
All right.
definition of Nico's game show.
Oh, you have your trivia, right? Nico's gonna do trivia after Florida Man, right?
Oh, right after? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have questions?
Of course.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
Alright. That's a good idea, Nico. I'm gonna find a headline real quick that starts with Florida Man, and then I'm going to perhaps make one up. And then you have to guess which one is
Keegan will
real.
work as a team. We'll do so well.
What?
Me and Keegan are going to work as a team.
We are?
Oh,
Okay.
yes, of course.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Headline number 1. Florida man drove on airport runway after stealing FedEx truck to get home.
True.
Headline number 2. Florida man in Santa costume arrested after hit-and-run crash, troopers say.
True.
Okay,
I'm
one
gonna
of those
say
one of
the
those is
one
false.
Oh, one of
Second.
them's false? The second
Yes.
one's false.
No.
I think the second
You
one's
don't have to
false.
agree, guys.
The second one's true.
Second one's false.
It's not.
All right. The correct answer is the second one is false.
What?
So, yes, a Florida man drove home on airport runway after stealing FedEx truck to get home. He told officers he was trying to get back home in Pasco County, but did not know where he was or how he got to Tallahassee. Okay, and the second I did not exactly make up. It's kind of a trick question because the real headline is a Florida man in an Easter Bunny outfit was arrested after hit and run crash. So I just changed that. Next time I'll be more prepared though.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Do you want to do another one?
Of course.
Sure.
All right, give me a second.
One.
All right. One second. Sorry for the silence, but I have to do research. All right, ready?
Yes.
Headline number 1. Florida man arrested for loitering in neighborhood says he was checking security systems for President Donald Trump. Okay, headline number 2 says Florida man's suicide note talks about how a jar of peanut butter told him to kill himself.
I think
What do
the
you
second one's
guys...
true.
Nico?
First one.
First one is true.
Sure.
The correct answer is... The first one is true.
Yay!
A Florida man got caught peeping into neighbor's backyard, told police he was under orders from Donald Trump. And I literally just wrote that on the fly, how someone was told to kill himself by a jar of peanut butter.
I believe it.
I mean, probably somewhere in the world, someone's suicide note says.
In Florida today.
Jar of peanut butter forced me to do it.
What, Nico?
That peanut butter was so
Not in
good.
Florida today, though.
All right, Nico, do you have a couple trivia questions for us?
Trivia.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't think Nico has trivia.
Whoever gets the closest answer wins
All right.
a point.
Yeah.
What is the total height of Niagara Falls in feet?
What?
Can we get some answers?
Garret. 327 feet.
Okay. Keegan? So Garrett gets a point. Woo! He did 1 plus you.
One up.
One above what you said. The answer was 168. A little bit. How many
overshot it by
missions did
one.
the U.S. Space Shuttle fly between 1981 and 2011?
Say that again, sorry.
Okay, go get it.
Sputnik 2.
Nope. Let me read that question again.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
How many missions did the U.S. Space Shuttle fly between 1981 and 2011?
Garrett.
Yes.
Like 700.
Okay. Keegan?
700.1.
Okay. Garrett's right again.
Damn it.
135.
Wow.
Oh, I was really off.
Well, we're really exaggerating. Like
You guys are killing it.
We're lowering this. We're lowering the self-esteem of Niagara Falls and NASA.
Okay. What year did the world's first croquet tournament take place?
Keegan.
Okay.
1922.
Okay, Garrett. 1970.
Keegan's right. Well, not right.
Well,
He's the
closest.
closest.
What?
The answer is 1867.
Oh, jeez. No one cares.
So
I
Garrett
care.
has 2 points and Keegan has 1 point.
It'd be like
What
that.
is the surface area of a medium-sized egg in square inches?
Keegan.
Who was going to say the answer?
3.
Okay, Garrett?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Oh my god. What is the surface area of a medium-sized egg in square inches?
Surface area. I don't know. 8 inches squared.
Okay. The answer is 10.9, so Garrett, you're
Yay.
1 point.
All right, one more question.
Nope, we are on question 5 right now, out of 9.
Oh my
This is
god, no.
outrageous. I demand a
Countries does
redo.
Colombia share borders with? Whoever
How many countries?
Yep. Go. 1, 2.
Wait, say. Keegan.
Garrett.
No. You guys, whoever gets it first.
Oh.
Wait, what's the question?
4.
20.
Countries. 5.
Garrett's right. He gets another
Yay.
point.
South
This game is
Africa.
rigged.
In what year were the first radio
Africa.
broadcasts made?
Say again?
1940.
Keegan?
No, what?
1939.
Ooh, Keegan is right. 1920.
Let's go.
Okay. So Keegan currently has 2 points. Garrett has 4.
Don't make fun of me.
Wait, that math makes no sense. Garrett has 5. Sorry. Or question 7. Nope. Garrett has 4. I was right. Sorry, my bad. What is the population per square mile in Brooklyn, New York in 2010?
Keegan.
What was the population per Brooklyn?
What is that?
Keegan. Siri, Keegan. Keegan.
Keegan, go.
Keegan. 2.1 million.
Okay.
Jeez, million? No, nothing close to that.
100%.
It's like, I'm gonna guess 2,000.
Garrett is correct. The answer is 35,300.
Uh-huh.
I think 2 is closer to 3 than 1.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Now Garrett has 5 points and Keegan has 2. Approximately how many zip codes are in the
In the US?
Yes.
In the U.S., 1 million.
Keegan, is that your final answer?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess 50,000.
Wow, Garrett, you were really close. The answer is 43,000.
Ooh.
So Garrett is at 6 points now. And last question.
Yeah.
In what year? I don't know how to say his last name. So yes, Garrett
Wait.
wins.
Say it again? What?
Well, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just not going to make fun of myself.
Can you send it to me? Then I'll say it.
All right, Camera
No,
Girls.
Garrett, you won.
Camera
You
Girls,
know
I'm
you
headed
won.
out. You have fun.
Wait, we're gonna
I
do one more
lost.
segment.
Too late.
We have another segment.
Okay.
My
Last segment.
ass.
Garrett's recorder segment.
Oh, love that. And
So I want to play a game. It is you have to guess that song, and it's more fun when there's more than one person on the call, but there isn't today.
wait, did Keegan leave?
Yes,
Oh, why?
I don't know,
That's the second time.
cause he lost. I know. It's supposed to. Oh my gosh, because there's supposed to be 2 people, and you're supposed to. You have to guess what the song is before the other person,
Fight.
which I think we should just like save for next time because I want to do this when there's more than 2 people.
Episode 8 is going
Yeah.
so well.
I know this was a disaster.
That's what you should just title it. Episode 8, The Disaster.
The disaster episode. I mean, thank you very much if you've been listening throughout this.
I'm sorry, honestly. If you're still
Yeah, I apologize. I mean, maybe you had some laughs here and there. Kiara.
Kira,
face-
she's sleeping.
Her face just
She
got
fell
red.
asleep on this one.
I want to save Garrett's recorder time for another episode.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could do one.
I'll do one because this one's too easy if there's more than one person. Ready?
Yeah.
And this one, if you're on the call, then it's gonna be right away. Ready?
Pachelbel's Canon and D major.
Correct. You could have said that any time that while I was playing it.
Oh, I didn't know if you wait for you to stop.
No. Well, if there's more than 2 people, then you don't wait. But I guess you could have waited. Yeah, correct answer.
Yay.
It's actually Canon and D. That's the official name, not Pachelbel's Canon.
Okay, I'm gonna cry. I'm just kidding.
What a great episode this has been.
Mm-hmm.
We learned so much about everyone.
Maya saw a dog.
Yeah, she got scared by a dog.
That was the highlight of the episode.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when Keegan played his flute.
What is that called again?
Irish pan flute.
Oh. Does he like actually take lessons for it, or does he?
No, I
is
don't
it
take
kinda like
lessons.
recording? Like you just have it.
Yeah, I just have it on my desk when I want to play. When you want to play Pachelbel's Canon.
In D major.
Huh?
In D major.
Yeah. Or, wait, guess what this is? Oops.
Ew. What are you playing?
Okay, I tried to play it in D minor, but it didn't work. You
No,
just
I
have
don't
to.
think that was the minor.
That's minor. This is major. All right.
Good
Anyways,
job.
huh?
I said good job.
Thank you. It's
Fine.
next episode 9 will be a little better because we'll be more organized, I hope. And then episode 10 will
Okay,
be
we'll hope so. That it's more.
episode 10 will be live A Capeggios podcast live.
Oh, I'm
So,
so excited.
yeah, thank you for everyone who listened to the whole thing.
Literally no one.
We kept
Literally no one's here right now.
we kept it under an hour this time.
I'm actually because nothing happened the whole episode.
Nothing of significance.
Congratulations on winning Nico's game show.
My what?
Nico's trivia.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We will catch you
You
next.
lost really hard because you guys overshot everything.
Yeah, I mean those weren't easy questions. Okay.
No, I just took them off of Quizlet. So
Quizlet.
prepared.
Whose Quizlet was that?
I have no idea.
Was that like Kiera's Quizlet of random facts to study?
No, I literally just typed in trivia Quizlet.
All right.
I think I should make a Quizlet next episode.
No, just read the questions off of
Someone else's?
Yeah, that's
Aw.
how it's. Yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Nico, for tuning in. We will catch you next week. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.